Hi Pookies, this is a video of analysis and connections of the girls' films. So Wonhee's film is like a little vlog of her getting ready to meet her special friend. And throughout the film there has been times shown up in the bottom, with the last time being 11:25. And during the video it seems that she is being rushed to meet her friend, and her friend being Willie the dog. So what was introduced in this film was time and dogs.
This is my word.
So now moving on to Minju's, her film is when it starts to get more eerie and creepy. We see her play a word puzzle with the words my world, but there is moments where she doesn't have to word right like with them. Instead, she starts putting down whatever. Then we start seeing creepy photos in the background, like a picture of a body on the floor and a picture of people. So it seems she is putting down pictures and connecting them with red string, like a detective. Here is where we see a connection with Wonhee's film with dogs. Something else that was creepy was the static sounds in this part of the video.
이거는 제가 좋아하는.
So I think it is like a static between the two worlds of Super Me and Real Me. Then we see a moment of a clock that reads 11:39. So this also connects with Wonhee's film. Then she uses the word ice cream.
이렇게 써도 돼요? 이거는 저희가 봤어요.
So what was introduced in this film was weird pictures, dogs, time, and ice cream. Now in Yunah's film we don't really see any scenes with time, but we do see her pick up a block with ice cream on it.
Ice cream.
This connecting with Minju's film, but we don't really know what ice cream could mean. Then there is a scene of her stacking the blocks, but they end up falling.
헷. 아이고 참.
That part seemed pretty creepy to me, because throughout the film she seemed afraid, and the stop of the music was a bit eerie. There was also a scene of static-like sound, like in Minju's film. That could also be a static between Super Me and Real Me. And at the end of the film she picked up most of the blocks, but two of them.
안녕.
The blocks she left were liberty and certain. I think this means that she doesn't have liberty or freedom, and that she isn't certain about something. Or she didn't pick them up because she didn't have enough time, because it also seemed like she was being rushed. So in Yunah's film we got the connection of ice cream and static sounds like Minju, and also got introduced to freedom. Now in Moka's film is where it gets more creepy. She introduces a manual about dreaming and does that bow that we keep seeing. Throughout the film Moka has like a blank facial expression, but is more confident and doesn't look afraid like the others. And she explains the steps on how to dream what we want. Then for step 6 we see a scene with a lot of clocks. And then there is a close scene of the last alarm clock that reads 11:45. So now we have gotten 3 clocks in the films. Wonhee with 11:25, Minju with 11:39, and now Moka with 11:45. So now we know that time is really important to the lore. Now in this scene it shows Moka writing and checking off the steps, but it also shows her thinking like if she isn't really sure of the steps. Another thing I noticed is that Moka is the only one that had 2 scenes, one in the night studio and one in the day studio. So I think this shows how she can be in the dream world and in the real world. In the introduction of the film it says to read the user manual carefully. I think this means that an error can happen if you don't do the steps correctly, possibly like getting trapped in the dream. So I really think that Moka is going to be the villain of their story, and that she is going to help the girls dream, but she also gets them trapped in the dream. Now moving on to Iroha's film, she gives us 7 steps on how to increase our luck. I find it similar to Moka's on how they both explain steps to do something. Then in one of the steps it shows animals, and most of them are dogs. Then we get a step to listen to music. But there is a weird music change. It changed in the middle of it to a sound of a clock, but when a clock hits 12 or like midnight. So there is another connection with clocks, but now it's 12 o'clock and not 11. So I think the time where they are dreaming is the 11 hour, and when it's 12 they wake up. And now before the film ended, someone handed Iroha a fortune cookie that says, "Today is your day, do whatever you want." This could also be a connection with Moka, with whatever you want and what you want, and also be a connection with Yunah with freedom, liberty. I also think Iroha will be the protagonist, and that means Makarong's villain and hero. Some other things that I have noticed is that Wonhee and Minju's films are during the day, and one of Moka's scene and Yunah's scene is during the night and in the same building, and the second Moka scene is in a studio. That is the same as Iroha's. So I think this means the duos that are going to have to do something together in the lore. Alright, that has been all Pookies. This wasn't really a theory video, but more of things I noticed, but I could do a theory video later. But anyways, I'm excited for ILLIT's debut, and I am going to make so many more theories when the music video is out. Okay, I'm going to stop yapping now. Bye guys.